Hey everyone, it's your favorite federal insider checking in. So I'm technically on vacation, but I felt compelled to drop by and clear the air about this whole situation buzzing around. I'm sure you've all heard the chatter and plenty of questions are flying around. I want to address it head on. For those who don't know, Diddy told both the defense and the Pratasu crew that he wants them to turn themselves in with cases similar to his own. By similar, I mean they were convicted on 1 or 2 counts under the Mann Act and had no prior criminal records. Now many of Diddy's supporters were freaking out, saying, is he really going to walk free? He hasn't even served time yet. And I had to say, hold up, Diddy might have actually beaten Rico. That verdict was a crushing blow, devastating to victims, women, anyone who stands against abuse. Did he beat Rico? Yes. Does that mean there are no more accusations? Apparently not. The jury's verdict hinged on the lack of expanded investigation, no isolation of the boyfriend or men involved, and no suspension of attorney communication, things many overlooked. The key fact remains, he was convicted on 2 major federal sex crime charges under the Mann Act. I did some digging, consulted my legal contacts, and took detailed notes. So this is going to be insightful. What did the judge request? Comparable case, law, or statistics on similar Mann Act convictions? That kind of request isn't unusual, but it's rarely neutral. It usually means one of 2 things. Either the judge is weighing options to justify a lighter sentence or release, considering parole or probation ranges, or the judge is gathering evidence to argue against leniency for Diddy by showing how others were punished in similar cases. Now here's the tricky part. Context matters. The judge already slammed Bell and called Diddy violent, tearing him apart. In court, the judge was clearly displeased, citing that Diddy's community ties make him more dangerous, not less. So rebranding won't be easy. The judge also has letters from multiple victims labeling Diddy as a threat who allegedly used violence to control. Diddy's got money, influencing possible leverage over witness, and judges hate being made fools of. If Diddy walks and pulls a shady move again, and I'm betting he will, it's the court's reputation on the line. Alright, listen up. When the jury's verdict dropped, it blindsided a lot of us. But here's the kicker, the judge said all this right there in court and still denied bail. Come on, let's connect the dots. This isn't someone looking to give Diddy a free pass. If Diddy ends up walking with just time served, that's a massive break. So why the inquiry about comparable Mann Act sentences? Well, there are 3 likely reasons. 1, a judge will cover. The judge might personally think parole is risky, but is maintaining an air of impartiality by requesting precedents from both sides. No one accuses bias later. 12th, judge could be prepping for sentencing appeals. If Diddy's team challenges any final sentence, judge can point to having thoroughly reviewed sentencing trends for similar cases under the Mann Act, proving the sentence is fair and within range. And 3, judge might be testing limits, seeing how lenient or harsh they can get without risking a reversal on appeal. They could theoretically consider probation, but probably lean toward prison unless Diddy's defense presents extraordinary mitigating evidence. Speaking of that, remember when I mentioned Diddy's team is working hard to silence any content creators still connected to them? Their plan is to shut down dissent by July, August, September, then use October to launch a Mother Teresa-style Hail Mary, hoping to wipe Diddy's slate clean. Unfortunately for them, the jury didn't see a ton of evidence, witness statements, and affidavits that are known only to the judge and factored heavily into the decision. So again, he asked, is there really any chance Diddy walks on just parole? My answer, no, but I had to raise this for the voiceless ones who will keep fighting for justice. Right? No, say the investigation isn't expanding because y'all said no. No suspension of attorney communication, no isolation of witness, yet Diddy beat Rico. Some said the Cassie charges were minor, but let me tell you, the Mann Act is a serious federal offense. Though sometimes used tactically in civil or hybrid case, one paired with violence and a pattern of behavior, judges take it extremely seriously. Judge Aron during bail hearings declared not only is he violent, but there's a consistent pattern of violence. Public opinion also weighs heavily. DOJ knows this is a test of credibility. Remember when Marine Cummy warned this verdict would have a chilling effect on victims? The judge already called Diddy violent and a threatening bail. Letting him walk now would make the judge look wildly inconsistent as something new comes up. So what's my take on the judge? Honestly, I think they're doing their due diligence, probing for any legal loopholes. But from prior comments, these judge clearly sees Diddy as dangerous and is using case comparisons to justify the sentence they've already decided on. Unless Diddy pulls a legal miracle, parole seems off the table. This whole request is about justifying sentencing, not leniency. Now let me remind you of the legal language that shuts the door on parole or probation. The judge said Diddy is a batterer. That's not casual talk, that's legal weight, implying a pattern, not a one-off event. The judge is treating allegations as credible, possibly even facts for sentencing purposes. It negates any defense claiming his violence was isolated, provoker, misunderstood. Judges don't toss around the word batter lightly, it sticks. On the official record, the judge also noted your client admitted to violence and tried preemptively to enter a batterer's program. That's huge. Pre-sentencing rehab attempts are often seen as damage control, not genuine reform. Diddy's awareness to enroll shows consciousness of guilt, knew trouble was coming. This admission undercuts any "I didn't do it" defense and supports custodial sentencing over community supervision. The judge further stated that this type of violence comes suddenly, quickly, and without warning. That's a formal judicial finding of dangerousness. It means the judge believes Diddy's behavior is impulsive, escalating, uncontrollable. Such language justifies detention, especially in bail and sentencing memos. It also implies that even if calm now, Diddy could explode and timid to risky to release into the community. This is a direct strike against probation. So with all that sados, this sound like a judge ready to let Diddy walk. Honestly, I'm scared for the Diddy goons too. So what's next? Are they really going to have Visual B standing outside with a boombox begging for Diddy's release? I can't wait to see that circus. But honestly, you don't think that's happening actually chance. The judge is clearly laying down a firm sentencing record that says no matter the money, power, influence, this man is violent, danger, and cannot safely be part of the community. Diddy tried to game the system with that batterer's program and openly admitted his actions, but the judge isn't buying it. These declarations legally and politically tie the judge's hands, making parole almost impossible without a huge public uproar or risking backlash if Diddy reoffends or contacts victims post-release. This is the court drawing a hard line in it, a judge looking to hand out mercy. The narrative is locked, violence and a pushing threat. Any future sentencing or parole denial will lean on this exact language. So unless something drastic shifts, parole or probation is extremely unlikely. What you're witnessing is the legal system meticulously building a case for a lengthy custodial sentence here. At the very least, extremely tight monitoring of his every move. At the end of the day, who knows, we expect Diddy to serve some jail time. I doubt the judge would take all this time and effort just to let him stroll out freely. Did Diddy really offend? That's another discussion. I'm 100% convinced he did, but maybe just maybe Mark Agnifilio's supportive arms is finding a new path since we know Mark is doing everything he can to uplift the man. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you all later.